Welcome to Inspire. I'm your host, Pam Ross. Thanks for popping by. This is a life coaching series featuring a colleague, friend, and certified life coach, Racquel Simpson. She is a life, love, and confidence coach. She's spoken at women's events as well as been involved in ministry, and she has a degree in life sciences at McMaster University. Thanks so much for joining us. On another topic, there's some great DIY projects and things that I've been doing during this pandemic. Painted my front door, new curb appeal, garden work. It has been so therapeutic, and I've been able to reflect, learn so much about myself, read some phenomenal authors.
Absolutely.
And some books. What about yourself? What are you up to?
Yeah, so I am not insensitive to the realities and the difficulties that this pandemic has brought upon our lives, even in a global perspective. But for me personally, quarantine has actually been a blessing, and it's been one of the best things that to happen to me. My whole mindset has been, I may have started quarantine a certain way, but I am leaving quarantine a different person. I am leaving quarantine.
We are coming out stronger.
We are coming out stronger.
This year, we are coming out with a bang.
We're coming out better.
We're going to be two different people. We're going to be better. We're going to let the work get done in our lives, all the way down to the root and the seed. We're just going to bloom. We're going to go through that process where it's like, what's going on with that flower? Well, there's some care that needs to be done.
For sure. And for me personally, it was definitely a time where I needed to reflect on many things. And if I'm honest, it was sort of a journey that I had been doing prior to COVID, prior to quarantine, but definitely quarantine helped to accelerate and amplify some things. But I really
respect that.
Thank you.
I do, because talking with you as an amazing friend and a colleague and learning that you're actually applying things to your life to better yourself and to reach your goals, I want to talk to you.
Well, I think it's something that I always want to practice what I preach. So I'm never ever going to tell a client to do something that I haven't applied in my own life myself. I think there's power in being consistent, and there's power when I have congruency in what I'm saying and what I'm doing.
Truth.
So so for me, I've been meeting with my therapist consistently. I've been meeting with my life coach. I have a few coaches. I also have a business coach. I do
all
group
of
coaching.
these have proven to be beneficial and fruitful.
100%. Now I am applying it. It's fruitful because I apply it. Because I could meet with them and they could tell me all the right things to do. If I do not apply it, it means nothing. And so that's just something that I've been very, very intentional about. And I'm very grateful for this time of quarantine, because it gives me that time to really hone in on some of my skills, some of my giftings, some areas that need deeper healing in my life. And I expect that this is the beginning of great fruit to come. I believe that me taking the time to do this now will enable me to reap a harvest of fruit even years to come, because I took that time to really do the work.
Great. Related to the quarantine, what practical steps can we take?
So
you've touched on a lot with your own life, and you've kind of dipped into some things that you're doing. I know a lot of it's personal, you're uprooting, you're doing all these things in your life, and you're solid.
Thank you.
And you are practicing what you preach.
Thank you.
Right?
Yes, I am.
What can we do to take practical steps that you can reveal to us?
I think there's a few keys that we can apply. The first thing is self-care. We have to be intentional with self-care. Having a new routine, setting a new routine, being consistent with that routine on a daily basis is going to help to bring some form of structure into our everyday daily lives. And it will play hugely into us consistently giving ourselves the self-care that we need. Taking those times for taking your breaks, taking those mental health breaks, kind of checking in with yourself, like, how am I doing today? How am I feeling? Am I feeling anxious? Yes. Okay, so with working from home, I have created a structure for myself. So I do have a routine for me personally. When I get up in the morning, I take some time to meditate. I take some time to pray. I take some time to read the Bible because it helps me to get in the right frame of mind. I also take some time to do some positive self-talk because I want to make sure that my mindset is one of success.
Good for
and
you.
one of winning.
You're a champion.
Yeah. And then there are some very practical things that I do, like...
I've heard this same routine from a pro wrestler.
Really?
Yes.
That's awesome.
Athletes are applying these as well. Professional
That's
athletes.
awesome.
So you're being a professional in the area of life. So let's go.
Yeah. So one thing that I do that really, and it may seem like something small, but it actually makes a big difference, is I make my bed. You know, I fold my sheets very nicely. I have a particular way that I put my pillows. I make my bed and I open the blinds. And there's something about that that really adds to my day and really adds to my mindset and my mental health. And that's just a pattern.
Do you do the whole to-do list, checking things off?
Sometimes I do. So I keep my personal life. I have my, to-do list for my personal life separate. And then when I start my work day, I have a specific way that I kind of organize my desk, and a specific way that I write down the tasks that need to be attended to for that day and how I intend on tackling each one. So that's kind of what I do. I do take breaks in between. And I find that it's helpful if I do something that's completely unrelated.
At your house?
At my house.
Wow.
So if it's something like sitting in the backyard and, enjoying the garden, or it may be something like watching a really, really funny comedian, watching a YouTube video or a quick clip on YouTube.
Taking your frame of mind on a break.
Taking a break completely. Or it may be the time where I go for a nice walk, or I do my exercise. So I could do that on my lunch break, or I can do it after work. Ideally, probably, for me, I haven't really tried this, but it's probably something I've been thinking about doing it earlier in the morning because it will help with energy levels as well. Okay. But lately, I've been finding that I do my exercise routine late afternoon or late evening, and that kind of helps to release stress and tension and alleviate some of that.
It does. Releases endorphins.
Absolutely.
So good.
Absolutely. And it also, I find that when I take a good, proper, healthy break, when I get back to work, I'm even more productive. True. And I'm better able to focus and accomplish a lot of things.
Yeah, they say taking breaks are essential to being more productive.
For sure.
Rather than working an extra hour, actually incorporating your break time and taking it gives you that breather, and then when you come back, you're refreshed and ready to go.
Absolutely.